Hi everyone, how was my last tutorial about describing the different places in the cities? So using the dative case in the German language to describe your location at some important places in the city. Do write your comments in the comment section. Now in this tutorial, I am going to cover a new topic which is going to be related to the previous tutorial because I am going to show you a new category of prepositions in German, and I will show the use of these prepositions with the different places in the city. Before watching this tutorial, please do check my tutorials 14 on the German grammar cases, tutorial 23 in which I showed you how the preposition in can be used with the accusative case in German to show movement, and then tutorial 35 in which I have revised the German grammar cases. So in this tutorial, I am going to show you what are called die Wechselpräpositionen, which in English are the two-way prepositions. And why they are called two-way is because these prepositions can change, and Wechsel stands for change, and they change depending on which grammar case in the German language they are coming with. So if these prepositions are used with the accusative case in German, they will show the movement of someone or something from one place to another place. But if these prepositions are used with the dative case in the German language, then these prepositions show the position or the location of someone or something in or at one place. So moving on, the first preposition an I have been using in my previous tutorials, and I mentioned that it means at. Now in a city, there is what is called the Ampel, the traffic light. In German, the preposition an will show that they are at something, which is in this case the Ampel. So for example, Beispiel, die Kinder warten an der Ampel. Now because I'm using these prepositions to show first of all the dative case, die article changes to der. The children are waiting at the traffic light. Now if I was using an to show the accusative case, then the sentence would be but an can also mean at, but in another sense. So in this second example, der Friseur steht an der Tür. Die Tür is the door of any shop or of any building, and der Friseur is the barber, specifically the male barber. There is a new verb which I've included here, stehen, which is a regular German verb to mean stand. The barber is standing at the door. Now, how is at different from the first example? Because an also mean in the sense of standing or leaning towards something in which there is body contact. So the barber here can also be standing in such a way that he is leaning against the door, or some part of his body is touching the door. The preposition in I have covered in my previous tutorials also, and I will now show it with the dative case. In the first example, die Frau ist in dem Blumenladen. Der Blumenladen, the article der changes to dem because the woman is present or is inside this flower shop. So she is not moving, she is positioned or she is located inside this place. But if we want to show movement of this woman in the flower shop, for example, then the accusative case will be used in an example like this. So if we take the example that this woman in the flower shop is very busy with the customers, she could be running here and there in the flower shop to give the customers their orders. So if she's moving in the flower shop, and the verb that I have used here is an irregular German verb, laufen, which means to run, and it is conjugated just like the verb fahren in my previous example that I showed you here, then laufen will indicate movement, and after the preposition in, the accusative case is being used, in den Blumenladen, because the article changes from der to den in the accusative case. Otherwise, in the dative case, in the second example, in can be used also in the sense when you want to say that I live in a specific street. Ich wohne in der Leipziger Straße. Die Straße, die changes to der because I am talking about my position or my location in this street. Auf is a preposition which I have not covered in my previous tutorials, I think. So let's have a look at this preposition first with the dative case. In the example, es ist Verkehrsstau auf der Straße. So there's a new compound noun. Der Verkehr is the traffic and der Stau is the jam. So the traffic jam, as we know in English, is one compound noun in German, and s is added to combine these two nouns, so it becomes der Verkehrsstau. So there is traffic jam on this street. If I want to say that there is some movement, because usually in a traffic jam, the cars are all not really moving like this, stuck inside this traffic jam. But if I want to say that these cars are actually moving, then the accusative case will be used. Die Autos fahren auf die Straße. So the cars that you saw in that picture are not still or are not stuck in a traffic jam, but they are actually moving. They are driving on the street. And after auf, the article will remain die in the accusative case. Auf can also mean on in another example like Ich sehe eine Flagge auf dem Dach von der Botschaft. So you can add this sentence, or simply the sentence can be till the word Dach. I see a flag on the roof of the embassy. Von is a dative preposition, so it will always use the dative case. So the embassy is die Botschaft and die article changes to der. I am seeing a flag on the roof, and the flag is not moving, but it is just positioned here. Again, I will use the dative case after the preposition auf. Das Dach changes to dem Dach. So that was all for today. Do stay updated for part 2 of this tutorial, in which I will cover some more of these two-way prepositions in German. Thank you.